Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Gus and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your dog's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Gus has been fitted with his very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, if you notice, he's sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Gus heel. Now, this is basic obedience training 101. The dog is taught to walk next to you, to match pace with you, and each time that you stop your feet, he has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So when you're walking in the neighborhood and you stop to talk to a neighbor or cross traffic, he should be sitting nicely and waiting for his next command. Do you want to heel him out of that, Fred? So remember, shoulders even with your left leg, not dragging you. That makes you the leader. The next exercise that Fred's going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and we use the one word firm command to stay. Now, he laid down on that, so Fred's heeling him out of it. I'm going to leave him in another sit stay. He must complete the exercise the way it was taught. The long sit stay when you're practicing at home is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes, and we do recommend that you practice this indoors as well as outdoors. When Fred returns back to his dog, he walks all the way around him, around behind him, as an additional distraction. Then he gets a pat for praise, and they take off heeling again. So now you're not going to get dragged down the street when you're walking your dog, and when you stop to cross traffic, he's going to sit nicely and wait for his next command. Fred leaves him in a stay. And remember, these stationary exercises, the sit-stay, helps to develop self-control and maturity, and that's one thing he was lacking. This time, instead of returning back to his dog, Fred's going to call him. The command is Gus come, and he comes right in front and sits facing your knees and then returns back to heel position. So this eliminates him coming to you and jumping on you, which I know is a problem for you at home. And we will demonstrate that come on command again for you. Fred leaves him in a sit stay.
No, stay.
You heard Fred correct him with the no, stay.
Sit, stay.
He's going to use his name, and he's going to call him in.
Gus, come.
Gus come, and he comes right in front and sits. And then he goes back to heel and back sitting. Now we're going to set up for our down commands, and these are going to be very important commands for you to share with your dog. Practice of all these commands makes you pack leader, which you need to be with an Airedale, which you already know that. Now, this is the down from a heel position. With your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down, and then stay. Your long down stay command when you're practicing is for 3 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. And again, you don't have to go out in the cold to practice this. Practice right in your living room. When Fred returns back to him, he again will walk all the way around him as an additional distraction, returning all the way back around to heel position, and at this point, Gus expects to get another command. And they're going to demonstrate that down from a heel position one more time for us. Nice automatic sits. Fred takes his open left palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word firm command to down and stay. And like I said, you can put your training equipment on, practice everywhere. This time, instead of returning back to him, Fred's going to call him out of that exercise. You have a very bright puppy here, which is a blessing and a curse because he tries to outthink you all the time. Now the next exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is your down from a distance. So you have your dog sit at heel position. You leave him in a stay. Walk out to the end of your training leash. Fred's going to use his right hand to give the command. Maybe Fred will show us that one more time. And what I mentioned about Gus earlier, him being so smart, is that he starts to anticipate the next command and he doesn't listen. I'm sure you've experienced that with students in the past. He must listen to what you're saying.
Down.
That was much better. Now we've demonstrated for you your heel, your automatic sit, your stay, your down from a distance, your come. These are all of the exercises that you're going to be practicing with Gus when he comes home. Amanda's going to be answering any questions that you have regarding Gus's training. He's done a great job here at school. We're going to be here for you to help you if you need additional help after he graduates. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.